This video is sponsored by Squarespace. People on the internet are way too clever. I stumbled upon the work of Guillaume Delvine on Pinterest, and I knew I would have to try this. I am not a cross-stitch artist. Of all of the textile arts, it's probably the one that I've dabbled in the least, but it's textiles and clay. I think I can manage it. So I wedged up 1.3 kilo. I hope that this is big enough. I'm actually planning on doing more of like a vase. I just want something a little bit bigger, a little bit more ambitious than a little cup. Although maybe this is a terrible idea because I'm starting off with a larger piece where I haven't even like perfected the technique yet, but that's what we're gonna do. I'm committing to it. So I'm planning on just basically making a very simple cylinder kind of shape. It needs to have a wide enough mouth so that I can get my hand in there, because I'm going to need to be able to feed the needle back out. And I'm thinking I'm just going to make it a very simple kind of cylinder because I want the focus to be on the embroidery itself. Just using a very basic white clay, and I'm thinking I'm not even gonna glaze it. But we'll have lots of lovely colors for the embroidery. That's what I thought. Okay, let's see. This is like a decent sized chunk for me, so let's see if I can manage this. I'm liking the size, but it's not, got a thick ass bottom. Let's see if we can fix that. Or should we give him like a little badoop on the rim? I feel like I should give the rim something. Just a little, but what? I'm gonna try folding over the rim to give it a little bit more heft. If you've never seen this before, it's a pretty cool technique. Just wanna fold it out. I learned about this on the Great Pottery Throwdown. See if I can manage. Could stop there, or we can go all the way. A little bit of a rounded rim. I suppose I should have trimmed that rim before folding it. Quite nice, isn't it? Just a little something something. And try and get these walls as straight as possible. I should have thrown this on a bat. That was so dumb of me. I even had my bat pins in and I took them out. But I'm happy with it. Let's see if we can remove it. Pray, pray, pray for me. My default is always no bat, and I don't know why I do that. I should default to bat. Most people do. Nice, okay. Okay, I did warp the rim a little bit. Not ideal, but if we're lucky, the warp won't stick. Dee-dee! I actually like that quite a lot. I think that this folded rim just adds a little something something that hopefully will tie the whole thing together. I could even glaze the rim. I don't know, I have to figure out the design first with the cross stitch, like what colors I'm going to use. I still have no idea what I'm going to do, but I do know that I'm going to be poking a heck of a ton of holes in this, and I'm not exactly sure how I wanna do that yet. I have this little guy. I also have a drill, like a battery-powered drill that I could use, but I worry about the precision with that. I do worry about that, so I think I'm probably hand doing it. Okay, this is a question for later. It's not important. I'm going to let this dry now, and then later tonight, hopefully, I'll flip it so that the bottom can dry, and then tomorrow we'll come back and trim it. And maybe add the holes in. I'm not sure because I feel like I'm going to need to let this dry to leather hard. Like quite leather hard, more leather hard than trimming to get clean holes. I don't know. Let's wait until then to figure that out. All right, see you then. It is the next day, and thinking it's actually a little bit on the dry side. I hope that it's not too dry. I should be able to manage to trim it. But because it's a little on the dry side, I'm wondering if we can poke the holes today too, potentially. Potentially. Let's get this bad boy trimmed and then we can assess. Did I clean my wheel after throwing yesterday? No, I did not. Do I need lugs? Let's see. I thought I did a pretty good job throwing this, but now I'm noticing that it's not as even as I would hope. Thinking we'll go for a slightly more rounded bottom to mimic the rounding of the top. I think my bottom's a little on the thick side, but I'm not really going to worry about that so much because this is going to be a vase. Oh. And if anything, a vase should be a little bottom heavy, I'm thinking, so it's like more stable versus something that you're gonna be picking up on the regularly, like a cup. All of a sudden, I've been dealing with issues of chattering lately, and I do not know why. I thought it was that tool, then I stopped using that tool, and now it's just appearing, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So if anyone has any tips. Ta-da! Okay, let's see if we can poke holes in this. I'm gonna do a trial hole, I think, and then we can see how clean that hole is. Let's take a little break to talk about today's sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform that artists and entrepreneurs use to stand out and succeed online. I've been using Squarespace pretty much ever since I started my online business because it has incredibly easy to use features, including their drag and drop website builder and integrated SEO tools. Whether you're just starting out or managing a thriving brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website to sell anything from physical products to memberships, digital products, and even services. You can also schedule appointments, create on-brand invoices, and send newsletters. And for the artists watching, I know you will love their cutting-edge design tools, where you can create a bespoke website that perfectly fits your brand or business. So head to squarespace.com right now for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/pottery to the people for 10% off your very first website or domain. Now let's get back to the video. So what I'm realizing is I need to actually measure my holes because I want them to be as perfect as possible. I need to make some sort of grid. But how big to make the grid? And how big to make my holes? Like, I want to make them as close together as possible without causing a chance for crumbling in between the holes because, ooh, that would be devastating. So, I guess I need to go back to the wheel to make the horizontal lines. This is unfortunately just a tiny bit too large to put against this. I'm just gonna use this. Question is, do I want to leave a little bit of a gap? Maybe like this will be the top and this will be the bottom. Between here and here, it's just gonna be all embroidery. That's gonna look really cool. So let's test one. It's a little wetter than I would have hoped. It's a little, do you see like there's like a burr around it and also even more so on the inside. So it's not ideal for poking 100,000 holes when it makes burrs. Let me see if this is the right size. So I'm not sure if this is the stuff I'm going to use. This is just darning wool, but I kind of like it rather than embroidery thread because it's kind of like fluffy, and I'm hoping it's going to kind of bulk out that cross stitch bit somehow. But the question is, can I put that in this needle? And this needle fits, I'm assuming as well for shrinkage. I don't want to use, there we go. Okay, so this fits. I don't want to use a bigger needle because then I have to use a bigger hole. So maybe, what do we think? So that the next hole would be like here. I mean, the smaller the better. I just don't like dare make them too small. It's a balance between making them too close together and then you break the clay in between, or too far apart and you see the background. That's not what I want. I want the stitching to cover it and be like a pool of thread. Would be really cool. So a 1/2 centimeter, if we do them a 1/2 centimeter apart, that's also like a nice round number. The hole itself takes up 2 millimeters, so then the gap is only 3 millimeters, which I feel like is good. I think. Let's put some more holes in here, huh? The original artist, I don't know how they did that. I mean, first of all, it's porcelain, so it can be a lot finer. Second of all, I don't know, was it 3D printed and then like a slip cast? I mean, it must be some sort of slip cast anyway. I think what I'm gonna do now, before I poke any more holes, is I'm gonna put this back on the wheel so I can draw the horizontal lines, and then I do the vertical lines, because we can do that today anyway. Let's do that. Oh, this is hard. Okay, the marking did nothing because I cannot see it when it's turning, but I have to start turning before I touch it because otherwise, I don't know, it just gets messed up. So, new plan, I'm just gonna eyeball 1/2 centimeters. I feel like they got wider as I went down. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna need to put this back on the wheel anyway at the end because I'm making such a burr now. So I'm gonna need to have to smooth that out later. Ooh, that's a really messy one on top there. Some of them are a little messy. Okay, well, I thought this was gonna be an easy project. This is getting more and more intimidating. Okay, since I just eyeballed those ones, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just eyeball these ones too. Like I could sort of get it close as heck by just comparing the sizes. They're not perfect little squares like I'd hoped, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay, I've given up on my pursuit to avoid burrs. I think I'm gonna pull out the power tool here because I don't even wanna know how many holes I'm gonna have to drill, and this is gonna break my wrist. So we're gonna try the drill. They don't destroy my pot in the meantime. That looks pretty good. This is also way sharper. This is a new drill bit that I hadn't used yet, and the cuts it's making is so much cleaner. This is the way to go. But I just need to be cognizant to not push down. I need to just let the drill do its thing. Wow, okay, that was very not fun. That took me 1.5 hours plus, like including breaks and stuff. I had to take a ton of breaks doing that. My back and my forearm pressing this button over and over and over again. I did the math. Funnily enough, the number of vertical and horizontal holes is really beautiful round numbers. I have no idea how that happened, but we have 70 going around and 20 going vertically, which means I just drilled in 1,400 holes. That was not fun. I don't know what I was thinking that this would be like not 100,000 holes. It was a lot. So as you can see, it's looking a little rough right now, but I didn't smash between any. I think the closest I got was, yeah, I have some that are really close right here. I I tried my best. Like it's absolutely not perfect. It's the best that I can do. It's the best that I can do by hand. So I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this over to the wheel and try and smooth out some of these burrs, both on the inside and the outside. Inside is also, there's also a ton of, oh my God, I feel like I'm going crazy. So I'm gonna try and smooth this out as best as I can. I'm really resisting the urge to just like this right now because it is probably very fragile. It doesn't really feel fragile, but I feel like if I put too much pressure on it, I have to handle this thing carefully. Okay, let's go over to the wheel. Okay, I feel like this is the best I could do. I feel like it's pretty good. You can definitely see some of the lines still, and you can see also once where I almost smashed the whole dang thing with my drill. Let's see if we can get this cross stitch effect. I am really excited about that, but for now, I'm going to let it dry slowly because of all these holes. Like if it was just a normal pot, I could just fully let it dry out now, but because of all these holes, I'm worried it's going to dry too fast. There's so much surface area on it right now. So I'm going to slowly dry it under cloth for about a week, and then we're going to fire it. And I'm just going to put it straight through to the final fire. I would love to glaze this thing, but I am way too worried about sealing these holes. So I chose just a very simple white clay, and it should look pretty good, I think. It is a week and a half later, and this baby is fully dry. It's ready to go into the kiln. So I'm doing just a straight final fire straight through to the end. This is the program I normally use for a glaze fire. As long as the piece is fully dry, it's going to be totally fine. It can go straight from greenware to fully fired as long as it's dry, because the ramp is a little bit slower. So if there's any moisture in there, it's definitely gonna explode, but it's not. It's gonna be fine. Pray for my little guy. Good morning. Our pot turned out wonderful. It's looking really good. There's no cracks. We're good. And I went ahead and I started to play around with some different stitches. Let's talk about it. So I had a lot of mind-changing moments when I was trying to figure this out. So my first thought was, how am I going to do the actual stitch? So as far as I understand, the traditional cross stitch is just this X that you see here. But then I was worried that the clay showing through would bother me. So I also did a few stitches with like the X and then also, you know, the edges as well. And I gotta be honest, although this is definitely like a much stronger color block, you see? I like the look of this one so much more. I think it looks so much more tidy. This just looks kind of messy to me. It's partially because of the string that I'm using, the thread that I'm using. So this whole project would probably be a lot neater, tidier if I went out and I got like specific embroidery thread. I was planning on using this stuff. This is darning wool thread, but then I thought, I have so much yarn. There has to be a way of using the yarn that I have. So I'm going to be using these different colors of yarn, and I'm going to have to deconstruct some of them to make them, you know, the right thickness, because they're all different thicknesses, to make it look more like cross-stitch thread. So I'm going to like kind of pull them apart. For example, this blue one is 3-ply. I'm going to pull out one of the plies and make it 2-ply, but this green one is the right thickness already. So I've sort of figured out how to make them more or less the same thickness. This way I can use my yarn stash and not have to buy anything, which is always a plus. I know it would look neater if I used proper embroidery floss. I don't want to. I don't want to buy anything. And then I also treated myself to some new needles, because I think the trickiest part about this whole thing is going to be getting the perfect size needle so that it easily passes through and also passes through when there's already some thread going through, you know? Like I want to be able to thread the needle, number one. It needs to be big enough, but also needs to be small enough that it passes through the holes. So that's kind of tricky. So I got a bunch of different needle sizes, and I think that this needle threader, which I never have used one of these before, but when I was doing these tests, I think this is seriously going to come in handy. Let's talk the design. We are going to be doing some geese. So I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to do for a really long time. Originally, I was thinking to do something geometric, like the samples that I found online, but I have been slowly working my way through this tome of a book. It's Nils Holgersson's Wonderful Journey Through Sweden. I don't know if you've ever heard of this. It's a classic from Sweden about a little boy who travels through Sweden on the back of a goose in a wild goose pack. Anyway, it's a really lovely, it's kind of like a children's book, but it is a wonderful, wonderful story. And so I got so inspired by the thought of geese flying through the air. So we're going to be making white geese with yellow beaks and feet. And then the sky will be blue. And then we'll have some detailing. I wanted to add like another color. I wanted to add some green. So we're gonna have some detailing on the edge here. You can see these colors are all wrong. If you haven't seen me use this software before that I used to make this, it's called Stitch Fiddle, and you can print out the actual colors, but I don't have a color printer, so I just printed it out and used a little highlighter. Let's get to cross-stitching this baby. I need to rip out these that I've already made, and I don't know how long this is gonna take me. I feel like this is gonna take me like more than one day. As I said, I've never cross-stitched before. What did I do? I did the calculation. So it's 70 holes, but it's 69 gaps. So 69 and then 20 holes, 20 gaps. We have 1,380 gaps. Each gap gets 2 stitches. So I have 2,760, this number. I have this number amount of stitches to do. I'm genuinely curious because it could take me 2 hours. This could take me multiple days. I need to run upstairs and get my seam ripper. Be right back. So I think I'm gonna start at the bottom and work my way up. That feels like the right thing to do. I don't know. That is very handy, this little threader guy. So I'm gonna make this as long as I can. That's not gonna be obnoxious to work with, because the fewer knots, the better, I think. Making a knot all the way at the bottom of a pot. How do I do this? Okay, I have finished 2 rows and we are at our first problem. I did something really stupid. Maybe you caught it. Am I getting mixed up now again? Like between the vertical holes, there's 1 less space than there is holes, and there's 20 holes, which means there should be 19 spaces. And the other way, it's the full 70 holes because there's a hole and a space to the right always. There's no end hole, right? And I mixed these 2 up. I minused 1 for the horizontal part and not for the vertical part. So I need to somehow squish my geese together 1 row for it to work. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can do it, but I'll have to pay extra good attention. Yeah, I mean, there's room. There's room. We're okay, I believe. It's just gonna be kind of sketchy in the middle. I suppose I could rework this, but And then I need to add a row somewhere. No, I need to rework this because otherwise I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna quickly rework this and we shall continue. And I also want to time how long this takes because I feel like it's been an hour or so, maybe more, and I've got 2 down. Good news is if I'm only doing 19 rows instead of 20 rows, that's 1 row less. I do think it's looking really good though. It's gonna be worth it. Okay, I reworked it. This old one, the new one. I'm sure they look exactly the same to you, but this one has 70 and 19 instead of 69 and 20, was it? Yeah, I hope I'm right. I also counted, but I also don't trust my counting. Anyway, what I wanted to share with you is I found an easier way than kind of fiddling in here to add new colors and change colors. So I'm gonna change colors now. Now I have to start kind of focusing on the pattern more. So I'm gonna do this dot, 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 dot green border along the bottom. And what I realized I can do is I'm gonna attach the green to this guy and I'll use, I don't remember what this knot is called, but it's like a thread attaching knot anyway. And I'm just gonna attach it here on the outside so I don't have to fiddle in on the inside. And I'm just going to leave enough of a tail that I can complete the stitch and pull it through. I can pull the loose ends through and hopefully it will be seamless. Obviously getting the perfect length is a little tricky. I think that's all right. So you can see there's a bit of a gap before the color change. So then I'll complete the stitch. Hopefully it gets pulled through. It's a little tricky because it's knotted. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Shoot. Oh, no. Oh, God, this is not gonna work. Okay. JK, that did not work. Okay, let's just thread this through like normal. That worked. Okay, so I'm gonna make a line on here now, I think. So we know where the end is, and then we can work our way. I'm gonna put some marks here. I just need to be careful to keep the marks really small and in the middle so that they get covered with the thread versus like with biscuit would get burnt off. Okay. I'm on a big hot chocolate kick right now. So delicious. So here's where I'm at. Genuinely, I think it's taking me an hour per row and I'm about halfway through my 3rd row. I'm not even getting, I'm like at the feet of the geese now. It is so tedious. And I think it's like even more tedious just because it's really hard. Like it would be easier if it was like this flat thing that I could just go woo, 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 woo. But I think the thing that's taking so long is trying to find the right hole from the inside. It's a little bit tricky, but I do like how it looks. This blue yarn is very fuzzy. Like I can't tell if I like it or not. Like I feel like it looks fine, especially from a distance. I don't know. We'll see how it looks all together. I can't decide right now if seeing through to the background is like distracting or if it's kind of like a cool, like looks handmade kind of a look. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to work on this for a little bit longer, maybe another hour. And then I really need to move on to other things today. And I'll probably get back to it tonight. Maybe I can get some more done, and definitely it's gonna take some time tomorrow. I'm wondering if this is gonna take me 3 days to do, which kind of sucks because I allotted myself 1 day. So I guess we're gonna be cross-stitching all weekend, huh? Ugh, there's like random fibers on the inside. I am trying to keep my inside as tidy as I can. It's my first cross stitch. I think I'm doing just fine. I have messed up a couple of times and done the wrong side of the X on the top. It's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. Check it out. this is the progress that I was able to make last night. I stayed up fairly late cross-stitching into the evening, and I'm really happy with the progress I made. I started doing the geese. I think they look so cool, and especially once I start filling in the background around the geese, they start to pop a little bit more because obviously the geese are white. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. I did sort of check the clock a few times while I was doing this, and I'm realizing it's taking about an hour to complete one row all the way around. So I don't expect myself to finish this today, but I want to make some really good progress. My insides are looking okay. I'm trying to, like, these are loose because I haven't woven them in yet. I'm trying to weave in the ends as I go up, like kind of weaving them into the stitches. I am getting better as I go. Obviously I'm practicing. So I'm hoping that as I get to the top where the stitches might be more visible, that they look nice and tidy. There's definitely a learning curve when it comes to this, but I am so freaking stoked with how this looks right now. I did break one of my needle threaders last night. I have one left, and I'm not sure I could do this project without these. So we're hanging on to this little guy. All of our hopes and dreams are pinned in this little guy. It has been very satisfying, this whole process. Like, I am finding it fun. The only issue is I'm working with a deadline. Like, I think if I wasn't working with a deadline, I would find it more fun. And it's like surprisingly more physical than one would expect because I'm constantly raising my shoulder like this. Maybe I need to get a taller chair, but like, I'm finding the best way to work is with it vertical like this. So, I don't know. Okay, so I've been at this for a few hours now. Status update. We have 3 finished geese. They look so cute. We have the last goose's feet are done. And I filled in, I think, a good amount of the blue, like maybe 2-3 rows of the blue, I think. I mean, it's obviously different in different sections, but I feel like I've made really good progress. So I'm going to keep doing this throughout the evening. I need to take a break now, but I'm gonna keep doing this throughout the evening, and we'll see how far I get tonight. And yeah, tomorrow's Saturday, so I guess I'll be checking in then as well. And we'll see if I can finish this up over the weekend. I am so tickled with how it looks. I think they're so pretty. Look at them go. I actually, like, the more I'm working on this, the more I'm falling in love with it. I love making geese. They're really cute animals to make. All right, I'm losing my mind a little bit. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I went on an absolute cross-stitch rampage last night. I am so determined to get this thing done. Look at my progress. I mean, there's still some gaps, but I've got all of the geese in. They look so good. I feel like, I'm looking through the viewfinder right now, I feel like it looks better on camera. Like, I feel like it looks better far away than close up, because close up, you can sort of see the background, you start to see the pattern in the stitches itself. So I feel like it's like a little bit more blurry. Okay, well, that's the camera being blurry. But far away, I feel like it looks really good. I don't think I'm going to completely finish this today, but I'm going to try and get a bunch of progress done this morning, and then I can finish tonight, and then tomorrow we can come back and I can show you guys the final reveal. This is the goal. We shall see. The positive news is that as I'm getting closer to the top, it's becoming a little bit easier and my shoulder is not hurting so much from the reaching in. It's going really smooth. As a crocheter, I am a big fan of just kind of like mindless, mind-numbing, repetitive tasks where like the piece slowly reveals itself to you piece by piece. Like this is very much up my alley. So it's not the process that bothers me. I just wish I gave myself more time. That's the story of my life. Not giving myself enough time to make things. I haven't found a better way to do this. Okay, it's been a couple of hours, but we have made major progress. We have the entire sky filled out. All that's left is 3 more rows, which I'm basically just going to do the same thing, just flipped on the top, like a little border. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? But I do need to take a break now because I'm starving, so I need to go eat some lunch, and I'll probably get back to this tonight, and hopefully, wish me luck, hopefully I finish tonight so I can show you the final result tomorrow. She is officially done. I finished her up this morning. I am so freaking proud of this piece. I think it looks so good. I think the inside it's neat enough. It's fine. No one's gonna look on the inside. This thing is not gonna hold water. It's gonna be a decorative vase that sits on a shelf or something. I think it looks so freaking pretty. It is everything that I wanted it to be. Like, so if you remember before I was talking about, I wasn't sure about the fuzziness of the thread, but honestly, I kind of like it. It's like, I don't want to rub on it too much because that's going to make it more fuzzy, but like, it does have this very soft, it almost makes me think of like a nursery picture, a nursery quilt, like something that would be in a kid's room or something like that. It's like just so fantastical and cute. I'm very tickled. I'm very, very happy with the result of this. It took so much longer than I expected it to take. I am laughing at myself that I thought it might just take me a couple of hours. Big respect to all the cross stitchers out there. Wow, that was intense, but it was so fun. And as I said before, like if I wasn't on a deadline, I would feel like I would have enjoyed the process so much more because like it is very meditative and it's like a really fun process to kind of see the image appear before you. I think it looks so good. I love the stitching. I love the pattern that the stitching makes. I hope that this was a fun video for you guys. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you've ever tried a project like this before, let me know. I would like to say that I would do this again, but it did take so freaking long that, I don't know, we'll see. I feel like this is also like a fairly approachable project too. It's just tedious is all, but it's really fun. So yeah, let me know what you think and I'll see you in the next video. Bye friends.